What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, y'all. So let's get into this whole situation. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 episode 10. It is going down and it seems like nobody's really feeling for Drew at all. And basically Kandi throws a lot of shade at Drew-Sheree. When Drew-Sheree started breaking down and crying at the table, Kandi said she feels like it's given actress, it's given fake, it's given not real. And basically Candy's throwing shade, and she done already said about Drew-Sheree acting like she's naive, but she's really not naive. She be knowing what's going on. So And also the girls shading Drew because she has this $1,000 lawsuit. Kenya Moore wants to get together and divide eight by 1,000. What is going on? Like, yes, they're throwing mad shade at Drew. Drew is basically, she's feeling it right now. So y'all tell me what y'all think about that whole situation. But one thing is for sure, Kenya Moore felt a certain type of way, and finally she is, seeing it. She's smelling the coffee that Sanya Ross, does not mess with her. Okay, point blank, period. And I'm glad she finally sees it. Hopefully Kandi see it, because I seen it the first time that she got on the show. She was not feeling Kenya and she was not feeling Kandi. They didn't do nothing to that woman for her not to like them. She just don't like them and she don't rock with them. And I believe Sanya probably believes her best bet is to stay close to Marlo Hampton, because she's always going to be filming, and Marlo is holding on to Dear Life too, so they can hold on to Dear Life forever. Okay, so basically she's going to put all her eggs in the basket with Sheree and Marlo, because she believes that they're going to keep her safe, because then they will have contention with the other crew, so therefore they all stay relevant because they're going to be beefing. Okay, so what y'all think about that whole situation? But Kandi definitely shaded Drew real bad, like for real. And then we got Drew's out here just crying, just breaking out in tears, like, child, like, Drew, what's going on? You crying with your enemies, you letting the sheep, feast off your blood and your sweat and your tears, and they gonna use it, child. But Drew is going through a lot. Her father has Alzheimer's. It did also look bad for Drew too as well, when Drew wanted to tell the ladies, hey, listen, Ralph is in Vegas and Blase the third, and she was kind of trying to tell the ladies that she's feeling kind of insecure and she don't know if she can trust Ralph. And then Kenya was like, what, you think you can't trust him? Then all the girls like, you can't trust Ralph? What, are you worried? And it's just like, at that moment she was basically trying to open up and tell the girls that she's worried about what Ralph might be doing out in the streets, and the girls are not trying to hear it. They're not trying to hear anything that Drew is trying to spill out. And then Drew makes it even worse when she goes into the situation and she goes, well, he's in Vegas because he's trying out for Magic City or whatever the case is, Magic Mike, and his body. And they're like, girl, like, Ralph don't got that body to be dancing like that. So it seemed like she was joking it off, but it also seems like she's cracking. Okay, something's going on where she's cracking a lot. Okay, and then we have Sonia. She basically is like, I don't even want to picture Ralph. He ain't got it like that. Blase in the third, so she throwing her shade too as well. Then we find out that Manetta, she has an orphanage, somewhere in Africa. Go ahead, girl, do your thing. And then on this type of situation, we have Marlo and Sanya having a conversation, and basically Sanya is feeling a certain type of way when it comes to Kenya, because she wants to understand why is Kenya basically not addressing the situation that Roy was all up in Marlo's DM, but yet she was running to Sheree and wanted to tell Sheree that Martell's this, Martell was in her DMs, but now she's acting like nothing has happened, like we gonna move on. And when it comes to Sanya, she looks like she's really mad and she's really aggravated, and she wants, Kenya Moore to pay, and she looks like it's a real big deal. Like, why do you care? Ain't you worried about a baby? Ain't you worried about your husband? Ain't you worried about your sister? Okay, Marlo ain't saying too much about the situation, but it's like she's drumming up drama. Like she's trying to, just fuel the fire. She needs something to talk about. Yes, she needs a store to talk about. Okay, to keep her on the show. So she read the formula. She know what it is, and she's feeling a certain certain type of way, all this drama. And then, Marlo's feeling a certain type of way too. And she's like, oh, what did Kenya Moore say about me? What did Kenya Moore say about me? That, oh, now he knows better because now he knows what he don't want because he was with me. Well, a lot of men know that they don't want you and all this other stuff. I was like, child, what is going on? And I don't even know why Sonya is being so petty about two single women. Marlo didn't date the guy. She went out with him one time and that was it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, if you feel a certain type of way, bring it up to Kenya. Say what you need to say. But if you try to have a friendship with her, you talking about her back. Marlo definitely was throwing shade that, she has trouble and she has problems in paradise when it comes to men, because basically Marlo's saying she can't keep one. Marlo's out here talking about, I only brought one man on the show and blasting the third, because if you listen to Kandi and the rest of the girls say you just doing transactions, child. So in any event, when it comes to Marlo, she's throwing shade. Okay, and Sonya is throwing shade too as well. Sonya's kind of angry. Girl, you angry? And then we got Drew. She's feeling a certain type of way because when it comes to Sheree brought up the lawsuit. But child, you got to stop spreading your own tea, because you and your husband are always going to have tea, because you're always going to have people up in your house. And I don't know what's going on with Drew or Ralph. Drew is from Chicago. You think she will have a little bit more common sense? Like, she wouldn't be having everybody up in her house, having all these people work for her. Like, she would just be like well aware that people will take advantage and use it, because she is on one of the hottest shows that's in Atlanta, is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, child, okay, and this is Sheree's territory. She's been moving and shaking for a long time, girl. You're gonna have to dig deep, and you're gonna have to bring some salt with you, child. And Sheree ain't never made girls cry like that. And then we got Munyet. I don't know what's going on with her head, but she got an orphanage, so I'm gonna just let it be. And Drew's just feeling a certain type of way. She's just feeling hurt. Okay? Because she's thinking that her and Sheree are going to be on good terms. At least something's going to happen between her and Sheree. She don't want to fight with her. You know what I mean? Fighting with an OG. It's not really, especially Sheree type of OG. It's not really one of them situations, because Sheree ain't got nothing to lose. Okay? And so then we get to Kenya Moore and Kandi Burst, and they having a conversation. Kandi asking her, so how do you feel about Marlo saying that she used to date your man, child? And she was like, well, I already know about it. And she did not date him because Roy is not a John, and he's a good looking bachelor, and he don't have to pay for no poo. You know what I mean? And so when it comes to Kenya, she said he don't have to pay for it, but sometimes men like him that are rich like to pay for it so they can see you walk away and go away. And not saying that he paid for it with Marlo, but clearly Kandi says, well, he didn't go on, he only went to brunch with her. It didn't go nowhere else. And Kenya Moore's like, yep, it didn't go nowhere else. They didn't do nothing else. Clearly she is not what he wanted, and he was definitely looking, so it is what it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Now we get to the dinner table, and we got Courtney. Courtney's ready for round 2, and she was like, it came to my attention, Miss Kenya, that you have that we have a problem, or we have some type of situation, because you feel like I violated you by torturing you, and also you are, feel like I'm standoffish. And Kenya's messing around with the knife because she don't want to be bothered, and she knows Courtney's looking for airtime, but Courtney is not an airhead, and Courtney knows how to come back. Okay, so she's a contender. She's a better reader than Sanya, okay, and Sheree. But in any event, so we have this whole situation, and Kenya Moore just basically stated to her, like, girl, when you was touching me, it was kiki, ha ha, funny, okay, but then it got condescending, okay? Then it became like, oh, you know what, I just don't like this, because Kenya Moore felt you was reading and writing, and she was reading and writing too. Okay, she was reading, writing, and spelling, and clocking, and stopped to check you, like, you're not gonna get another moment out from me. But I was like, okay. So in any event, Kenya Moore basically thanks Drew, telling her that when she said don't touch me, she was setting boundaries with the whole situation. So it is what it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. So it seems like Courtney and Kenya are right now. Courtney's like, I understand that, I receive it. So Courtney's basically, she's trying to play nice. She's not trying to be overly aggressive. She was overly aggressive in the beginning with Kandi, then she calmed down. She jumped back a little bit. Okay, so we have that whole situation. So it seems like maybe something can happen of this. We'll see. And then when it comes to Drew's feeling a certain type of way. When it comes to your girl, Sheree. But one thing is for sure, the ladies did look nice. I don't know what Marlo has on, but Marlo's brave and she got the courage to wear that because, from here, I'm like, girl, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, did she just get off the table? What is happening? What is going on? I did like, Sheree's outfit. Sanya looked nice. Also, Drew looked nice. Kandi looked nice. The ladies looked nice. Manetta, she looked nice too. And also Courtney looked nice. The ladies looked nice. They came out dressed to impress. So we have that whole situation. Now we got Drew-Sheree. Drew-Sheree is feeling a certain type of way. I would have left this whole argument alone, you know what I mean? And just leave it just like that. But in any event, when it comes to Drew wants to basically call out, Sheree and say, like, I thought that we was on a better page. I thought we was on a different level. I thought we were trying to move forward. So I don't know what, Drew-Sheree is thinking. Like, it's step by step, and you really can't trust Sheree, especially when Sheree needs a storyline. She gonna hide her grandbaby and everybody until so she can have a storyline. And Drew, you desperate too as well, but you do still have a lot going on. But it just seems like Drew be expecting more from these ladies, and she never gets it. It's just like she put herself out there. Also, Drew, you got to stop telling lies too, because sometimes we don't know when you're telling the truth or when you ain't telling the truth. But that's a whole nother situation. But one thing is for sure, Drew is feeling a certain type of way. She's trying to get Sheree to understand, like, hey, I thought we was cool. I thought we moved past all this situation. We talked about all these things that made you upset, that made you mad, as far as confiscating your clothes, child, and doing all that. And then Sheree basically keeps saying that, she didn't confiscate her clothes, but clearly Marlo's the only one that got something. Kenya didn't get anything. Also, Sonya did not get anything. Kandi did not get anything. And also, Drew didn't get anything. So yes, you confiscated your clothes, and then you told your people to get your clothes, because now Kenya got to speak up. And also Kandi got to speak up, the whole situation. And it's just like Sheree basically wanted to let Drew-Sheree know that it ain't over. And Drew was feeling a certain type of way, like, how come you didn't come to me and tell me about this lawsuit that you heard? Why you have to put it out there? I heard you've been talking about me. You've been talking about me to Courtney. Courtney goes back and tell Ralph. So that's how I know. Drew says that in her confessionals. So in any event, when it comes to Sheree, she's not sincere in any type of relationship with Drew. She feel like Drew cost her, tried her, and Drew's a quick and easy enemy that really ain't no love lost and ain't no connection lost either. So it's just one of them situations. And then Sheree throws it up in Drew's face like, hey, it don't feel good, huh? It don't feel good. Oh, you started everything with lies, and you lied about this, you lied about that. And she was like, I thought we settled that. I apologize, we move forward. And she was like, nah. And then so Drew was like, basically people did confiscate the clothes. And so then Kandi jumped in and said, what, you think we lying? She said, yeah, I think you lying. You made that up. Sheree said, listen, I don't know who went out there and told y'all to go to get the clothes up or confiscate the clothes or take the clothes. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And so basically when that's being said, that means that she's involved heavily. She went to collect them clothes because basically she needed the sketches, she needed design, so she can continue to copy and paste it. Okay. And Candy's like, so you think we're a bold-faced lie? She said, yeah, I think y'all a bold-faced lie. So now Sheree is more delusional than we ever thought. We thought when she was with Martell she was delusional, but she is delusional. And Kenya's even pointing out, yes, somebody came and told us that we can keep the house, but they need to collect everything, but nobody got nothing other than Andy and Marlo. So, and then Drew is just like, I thought we was gonna move somewhere, so why are we having this whole trip? Why are we fighting healing? Why are we on this journey if you haven't even forgave me from that? And so we can't even acknowledge how I feel and what I'm going through because you brought the tea up to my table and asked me if I'm gonna pay my chef in front of my friends, camera, national TV, everybody. Yes, she did. You should have sprayed your own tea, girl. Okay. And so Drew, she gets up and she's crying. And at this point, Kandi don't believe the tea is a real. Kandi believe it's fake. She said Drew is on her acting biz. Like, this is a whole mess. The girls go out there to see what's going on with her, and she's just breaking down since she's been through a lot. She's going through a lot. Father that's in the hospital, he's sick. You know, mama's traveling back and forth. Her and Ralph ain't getting along. It's just so much going on. And then she's trying to fit into the group. She's trying to be the girls. And then, you know, she ain't getting the respect. She's trying to get that respect. But, baby, Sheree is like, you food out here in these streets, and you're going to be food for Marla when she needs you. And you're going to be food out here in these streets when it comes to Sanya. So stop spraying your own tea, okay? And stop being so vulnerable around these women. Be vulnerable around the women that you can be, and cry. And then the rest of them, you stay tough, girl, because